have done it and gotten away with it.
Right.
100%. Yeah.
The time?
Okay, it's 5
Yes.
o'clock. Let's call the meeting to order. Would you say the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Alright, we don't have any public comments. Let's get Brian started so he doesn't have to stay for the full meeting. If that's okay with everybody, okay?
Sure.
Brian, how you doing?
Good.
Good. What kind of news you got for us?
Where do you want to start?
Did you bring a notebook?
No. Stormwater, we got 2 issues. They clear across from the bank entrance, there's a storm drain. It's breaking down. There's actually a small hole in the street, but I stuck a brake handle down there and the hole settled that big. Oh, Brad Connor, that's all he's back in town. So if you wanted to look at it, the other one, probably a month ago, I had Jay Bussey look at it. It's down over North Franklin. He hadn't got back with me, so I didn't call him on this one. I don't know if Jason's doing anything nowadays.
Yeah, he's still doing stuff.
Okay, I can give him a call too, so. Other than that, price is covered up, but they said they were gonna do the project on 700, so. Most of you guys all know some other contractors on, Washington now. Well, I'm talking about the small ones.
Oh.
So, price.
Isn't there one out in New Ross? The Arthur's?
Yeah, I know they do field tile, some they do street work.
Yeah.
Cause I said something to Bart, and he didn't want to Bart in that stuff. Tree trimming, I got some quotes. One's based per tree and one was for the whole town. I didn't get that, I just got that today. The whole town, it's, I took them over 32 as well, but nothing really needs trimmed over there. It was like 70,000. 4, they're basically $105 a tree.
Thanks, Michelle. I couldn't hear.
So I thinking I would like, and I don't know if we got the money, Michelle thought we might, but I would like to possibly do the whole town if possible. And then break it down into every year for partials.
I keep up after that?
Yes, yes.
Like a maintenance type
Yeah.
kind of.
So if it's
Not bad.
I'll say 40,000, I think would do the town. And, you know, then maybe 15,000 every year, because then we have to pick back up 32, because they got trimmed out when we had to rebuild, but about every 3 years, the lines have to be trimmed back, or then it gets real expensive. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. Tyler had sent an email about setting a kind of a budget. I don't know what your all thoughts on that are. So there's a couple big trees in the alley that I'd like to get removed. One of them is behind Linda Lyons' house. I talked to her. She's good with that. There's possibly a few more, but that's a 4-way electrical intersection, and the tree is just
Right.
dead, and it is a monster.
That's that number, the quote though, that's to cut down mulch and get out.
Yeah. Did you send?
You have in your stack.
Yeah. So it's broke out mine. No,
Here.
can I borrow yours?
Absolutely.
Oh, I see it.
Mine pulled out of the truck, so the trim a tree is like 106.85, and then the remove a tree, that's not like that tree. That tree was fine. He said he could probably do it for 3,000 if he gets the contract, which is probably pretty cheap.
Pretty cheap, yes.
It's actually like 3 trees
Yeah,
like that
okay.
growing up, and a unit of brush. He told me was like. I can't remember what he said, 10 foot by 40 foot. Well, this thing's 500 square feet, so it'd be 10 foot by 50 feet. Let's say like on 700, across from like Jim Connors, stuff like that, just north of the toll house. Don't necessarily have to trim, but there's some brush growing on that thing. So 500 basically 50 feet would be 106. The emergency stuff, that's if we need them in the middle of the night or storm damage, something like that. And, well, regular time, if it's just like during the day or emergency after hours or something, if they got called out, that's the bottom prices there. So, at 106.85, we thought maybe somewhere around 100 or 300 trees, which puts us around 30 to 40 would give us some of the bigger trees would be key. So I don't know, it's a lot of money, but it might help.
Yeah,
Less money than replacing.
Exactly.
electrical lines.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Trees is
thinking.
not cheap anyway.
No, with that many, yeah, I mean, it's not gonna trim out, cut out 40. And like the tree cord is that quote, they got that 76 foot lift. We can't even go 76 foot, so they can get stuff that we never did get and cut it back farther, and they can get in backyards where, I mean, just with a bucket truck, we're just barely trimming out the sides. So the way he talked, it'd be pretty aggressive. I don't think, and that's the next thing if we do approve this, or we're gonna have to trim trees no matter what, but we're gonna have to talk, maybe put something on, see if anybody opposes having their trees trimmed. From the looks of things, most people's trees in our alleys are not kept up anyway.
Right.
I don't think we have any opposition, but
They
I
can't,
think
at
we
the end
had
of the
an
day,
order.
they really can't tell us we can't, can they?
I think we had an ordinance already passed on trimming trees.
We do.
So,
Oh, yeah, they're in your.
but in case something comes up, I just want y'all to be prepared. Things, people get crazy.
So is there like a contract that's already been drawn up that
So,
we need to do, or how
It
do we?
really won't be a contract, it'll be a
Okay,
vendor,
it's
but
just-
what you can do is make a motion to not exceed $40,000, just to
Okay.
cover that 30 to
That's a
40,
good
just in case
yeah.
something happens, because you never know. And then if he would get into a situation where it was above that, he could just come back
Comes
to you
up, okay.
and say, hey,
Right.
we're at 39.9 and we've got 6 more or whatever,
How do we wanna do this?
then you guys can amend,
And that's coming out electrical,
yes,
and we have the money.
yes, yes.
I think it'd be beneficial, like you were kind of saying. I mean,
Yeah.
the price it would be to have to repair.
Yeah.
We've had this year.
Save
Don't
some
put anything
headaches
down.
down the road.
Right. And
They
safety of
can
our
pull-
guy
They can
who
pull
has to
your
go out
line
there.
down and nothing flat.
Well, if one of these trees go down in the middle of the night, it could be down.
So you said you had
maybe
a
day or more.
quote, we have this quote,
Yeah, I got a
you
quote
have
from
another quote that's
Mints.
just straight up.
straight up. I don't know if I can. I just got it this afternoon. It's Mint City. I didn't think they were gonna call me back or anything. 65,000.
Yeah.
He was estimating 380 trees to trim and 15 removals. I ain't saying there's not that many, but I didn't count them all. But, and yeah, I did take him out to like no railroad bed and main bills, but I'm not worried about none of that. I can take care of that. If I have a tree fall down, won't be in fields, no big deal. We can get that the next day. But so I never got a chance to call him back. We were working on some pumps, but I'm thinking 40 would definitely cover the town. And he's thinking the whole system at 7 or 65. She's probably figuring that some stuff over Winwood Lane where Sally Chandler lives. I took them over there, but I can get some of that as well. So, but some of that stuff could probably go another year and we can pick that up and say if we had a $15,000 budget every year after
Yeah.
that.
Right.
So I just want to get some of this big stuff out of town.
So
And
all
you're-
these trees you're talking about are in town?
Yes, what I want to concentrate on
Yeah.
right now.
I understand.
Because when we had the line rebuilt from the substation,
You trimmed them all.
yeah, Tree Corps, they came in and, Hoosier Edison had them as part of their contract and they trimmed all that out. So that's fairly good shape.
Yeah, it's fairly decent.
We don't really have anything from the sub end. there's just a few trees hit and miss and I get them, but the majority of this stuff in the alleys, it's
Yeah.
almost impossible to get to, so. And then later, whether you want to or not, and I can work on that too, if we got stuff in the streets overhanging. I know when you used to drive a bus, you had some issues, but I don't think nobody's been complaining, so, but, and I.
Where's that section by, Mindy, what's her last name?
Tyler?
Yes,
Yes,
that spot there,
yeah,
The
I think it's
alley
back,
Or
no,
the
the
trees?
alley, so at the stop sign, the trees are hitting the
Yeah.
cars.
on her side or Shirley Thompson?
Surely,
Yes.
yeah.
that's the one I can, in the
Yes.
town that I can just think of.
Yeah.
And there's another one across the street from Harmon's old
Yes.
house. That hangs down and
Yeah.
it'll scratch your
Yeah.
car bad on the roof.
And you got one that's gonna get there,
Yeah, I followed up my husband, but he,
yeah,
uh-huh,
and Royce Foster.
yeah,
Yeah,
And young trees,
right.
yes.
is gonna need trimmed back. And I can talk to Carlos, the tree trimmer, if he does this. I don't wanna kill a tree,
Right.
but he might have some pointers to say, we can snip a few limbs off.
Yeah,
But yeah, that black sweet gum tree, that Harmon's, I
Yes.
don't know where you're talking about, Shirley, cause I was gonna say something's
Yeah.
heard about them. They're all small and
Correct.
I don't know what they're gonna look like if I cut half of them off now and then.
Right.
So, but yeah, they're definitely hanging out. So, and there's one there, where Bobby used to live. I can't remember, it's a birch tree, the bark's like.
Meridian.
Bark. There's one of them hanging out over South Street,
Mhm.
so. But that stuff's minor, it's not gonna affect the power, but we can definitely clean them off, so. So that's it on that, if you guys want.
I would make a motion to get a contract with
Tree core.
Tree Corps, for not to exceed $40,000 to trim the electrical lines in town.
And if you just wanna make it electrical budget, not specific tree core, then if somebody, nobody else has gotten back with me, but, I mean, that's entirely, I don't know how you wanna do that, Michelle. If you just wanna make 40,000 appropriate for tree
You can just
trimming,
say,
or if
yeah, you
wanna-
can just say not to exceed 40,000 out of the
Or
electrical
do you want a
budget.
specific, add tree core to it?
Well, if you do tree core, you're gonna have a contract. If you would have to get Mint City or something, if something happened with tree core,
Right,
or if,
So we can just
Right.
leave it
Yeah.
open for tree trimming.
just,
Yes.
that you're gonna dedicate $40,000
Or tree
from the
trimming.
electrical
I guess that's
budget
what I was
to
saying.
tree trimming, then you're not contracted with one certain company.
Then I
Right.
will I will
Amend
word it different. I make a motion that we allot $40,000 out of the electrical budget for tree trimming.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and I love the progression of, I know, push this money out first, but then now it's not gonna be as much if we keep up with it.
Well, I'm afraid if we do half the town and
Yeah,
a tree
right,
blows over,
on
somebody's
the
gonna
wrong
say,
side, yep,
hey, you didn't, you
Yeah.
spent that and didn't get my tree or
Right.
something, I don't know. It's
right,
just-
that'd be our luck.
Yeah.
That'd be our luck.
So, electrical, we've had some minor outages for fire service. Mary Lee had a tree fall over, took her service out.
Is that what that small little glitch was for some reason?
Probably one of them.
This
Yeah.
morning.
No, I
No,
didn't know we had one this
this was
morning. Yeah, it was,
a couple weeks ago.
yeah.
It's like an 80-degree, and then the next day it was snowing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we had another one that year on 625. What's that girl's name? Got the dogs, all the dogs. and the good
Shaper.
dogs, Shapers. And then Durrett, I don't know if y'all know where Durrett's live, but that's fed off the 32, and he lives on Overcoat Road, so it goes through the woods, down the creek, through the woods to his house. So I actually called Crawfordsville on that one. It tree fell right in the creek, broke the guys, pulled the poles in, didn't break them off, thank goodness. Ended up getting 2 trucks stuck. It was a fun night. But anyway, we got it temporary dock, till it dries up. And another one somewhere, but that was mine, so. Wastewater,
You gonna talk about this? Because I sent,
okay.
yeah. They
So,
have it in their email and they looked at it.
the smart meters,
Oh, yeah,
approached
yes.
Joe Fry, and I took this out there today, he's gonna look it over, it's pretty straightforward. May have to add, they got a, internet service up there, and he wanted to know if it would interfere, vision metering says it shouldn't, so that might have to add one more paragraph. Sure. Cause he don't wanna give up his, he gets basically free internet to.
Have the tower?
Yeah. I said, well, we wouldn't do that, so, but everything else is straightforward. And
I
he's
thought so.
on agreement with it.
Yeah, okay.
That's the only clause. Guy's coming down next Tuesday, I believe, he's gonna help me set one up. I think we need to probably update a software on it, since we've had it for about a year. Got it installed.
You need this passed tonight with that revision.
If you want to, then I wouldn't have to wait a month.
Yeah, that's fine. So I'll make a motion, oh, wait, I guess I need, sorry. Everybody okay with this contract?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
we add the
Yeah.
fact that if it interrupts their internet service,
We won't do
we won't do it. Okay, so I'll make a motion to accept the, are we gonna call this a contract, or it's just
This is
an
agreement,
An
mhm.
agreement to.
Between Darlington Power
Okay.
and Joe
between
Fry. Yes, sir.
Darlington Power and Joe Fry
Sir.
to utilize his tower for our utility. I'm looking for it.
Smart meters.
Smart meter. Also, if it does interrupt the internet service for him, we will not continue with the use of it. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
At the end, you'll just sign this, okay?
Okay.
And then I'll have one signed by, Brian will have one signed by them.
Yeah, you wanna, what the title makes that revision?
Yeah, but it's the last page, so I can go ahead and have her sign it,
Okay.
and then he can have that clause in, and it's not gonna affect her, she would sign.
That'd be
That
good.
way,
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
just didn't want you to have to do it twice.
no, that's okay.
Alright.
Yeah. Since it's in Word, we can make sure that signature, but this currently is, and he's got plenty of room on here.
So I'm probably gonna put the other one up there at the park, down the walking track there between the sales division there and the diamond, there's a pretty tall pole. I'm gonna stick one there and see how that goes. See if that'll take care of Darlington. If not, we might look into some small towers that are out there at the shop.
So AT&T's still out for sure.
Yeah,
I think
they're
they're
not
out.
going to do it.
So,
Haven't heard a word from him. He said he'd get back with me, but
the guy from Brownstown said they did one in his town, and put it on a 40-foot pole, and he says it's working well. I don't know how big their small town is, but
Probably actually a little bigger than us.
yeah, so I'm guessing this one will handle Darlington, but it definitely won't go over to 32.
Right.
But Fry should cover all
Cover
that.
that.
It's 110 foot, 20 foot, so. He tells me 100 foot will be 20 miles. So we'll see. I hope it does.
Right.
So kinda excited to get that up and going. Pumps. So
Yes.
we had to plug there on Douglas. Bussy jetted it out, and then did you send them some pictures?
Yes, I
Okay.
got those, yes.
So, I ain't saying all of it caused the problem, but it made its way to the lift stations, and then we had pump issues there, and we got one bad pump, for sure, lift station 2, which is straight down over the hill from Mary Lou's, the pet clinic. And then we thought we had a bad one, we pulled it, tried to pull today, but it had a burnt wire, I was able to get it fixed. Wire had rubbed into where it went down in the pit. So that one's good for now, but we have no spare pumps. So when we're only running on one pump with no backups, and that pump goes down, things are bad. Because we can't move it. Can't move it. So I would like to check in on getting some spare pumps. And the thing is, now the pumps are the same. You can't buy one pump and take care of all 4 lift stations. And they're not the same out there. That's 3-phase, that's 3-phase, that's 20 horse, it's a 3-horse. 3-horse single phase, or 5-horse single phase, 3-horse single phase down there, so. But we need to have something
Yes.
I'm saying I gotta buy them all at once, but
So my question would be, what one of those, well, it's multifaceted, I guess, or more point, what one of those pumps is the best? Are they all different because they have to be because of what each station does,
they're all
or
different horsepower and they're all different voltages.
for a reason? I
The
guess my
reason
point is,
why they
well-
designed-
Why were they
it's
that way?
Designed that way.
but
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is going forward, can we get them to all the same?
I'm gonna look into that. So I don't know, so
Going forward, like, I know we
Yeah,
can't
I
afford
agree.
to buy each, I know we can't
No, we
afford
don't.
right now to
I don't want,
replace
yeah,
everything.
I don't want
but
6
as they-
spares.
As
Yeah.
they break
Right.
down,
Right,
we have, they're all either the 3 horse or the 20 horse or the 3 phase or whatever's the best,
I agree.
whatever's
For
the
what we
best
need.
for our
Yeah.
system.
Right.
Right,
But try to phase it in to where as they do go out,
Yeah.
when we have to replace a pump, we put in
Mm-hmm.
whatever the best pump that we wanna get to is.
right. Yeah, I agree. And I'd like to see, and I don't know, I mean, I don't even think they're all the same brand name. Because some use BBC, some use American Pump, some use, Yuma Pumps, which is Indiana Pump Suppliers, and I don't know what else is down there. So even them aren't compatible,
Mhm.
because they ride a rail down there.
Mhm.
You kind of.
Been in them, unfortunately.
So a pump at the bottom, it's got an impeller, and then it discharges out the side, and then on the side there's this neck with this flange thing. Basically, it's got like 2 ears. So from the top down, there's 2 pipes, and you seat that on top of them rails, and it rides down, and when it gets to the bottom to the discharge out the side, it's self-seating. Well, the 2 out there at the shop, there's only 1 rail on that system. And I don't know if they all got the same size discharge or not, but it'd be nice, you know. I wouldn't care if they were all 5 horse, just because we would only have 1 5 horse spare, as opposed to a 3 horse, a 3 horse, another 5 horse, or whatever. Or if they're all Yuma pumps or American pumps or whatever, but yeah, I would like to definitely standardize them. So we'd only have 1 or 2 spares instead of 6.
Yeah.
But they've had so many contractors, and then
Maybe they use different ones.
they use whoever they can get or whatever's available. Or
So, like,
with that.
right now, what are you thinking we need to get, like, well, other than, I know, obviously know we have to replace the one that's junk,
Right, yeah.
but like, are you thinking we need 120, 1.3, what, or like,
We definitely need.
what are we looking at cost wise?
I don't even know what the cost of them are. I gotta pull this pump back out, this 5 horse, send them some information at Shelbyville, and they'll send me a quote. This is all new to me. I've only been involved since.
And when these are junk, they're junk normally?
I talked to Troy McKinney. He said he can send them to Bodine and they can rebuild them. We just have to see what the cost is, you know. If it's 90% rebuild cost, then
Mhm.
it makes sense. So if it's 50%, definitely,
Yeah.
we'll get it rebuilt. Have it as a spare.
Yeah.
So, I did call Troy like 3 times this week. He's a good resource for me. So, but yeah, I didn't know.
I would say probably need to, I mean, I don't know if you have a month, but look into it and try to somehow get us some prices for
Yeah.
next
Oh,
month
yeah.
where we
Yes.
can
The
decide.
5 horse, we're probably definitely gonna have to do something.
If you have to pull the trigger on that, I don't know.
Go
you need our
ahead.
permission
Yeah.
to-
Okay.
I mean, you have
Because
to,
we're only running.
we can't not have our
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
septic system or
Right.
system.
Lift station.
We're only running on 1 pump right now, so.
Yeah.
We
We definitely need to get that then, and I don't know, do we need to vote on that, or we don't?
No,
I think it's
part
No.
of operating it.
It's just part of
Yeah,
operating.
I just wanted to give you all heads up on this. So,
Michelle, what kind of money we have there? We have enough to.
I'll have to add no. I mean, it's wastewater, you know. We only clear when I look at. I was doing just now the revenue and the disbursements. To clear wise on wastewater after our initial monthly expenses, which that can vary, $2,690 a month. But that could be because we had to do a lot I don't know between January and
Sure,
March
Sure.
what expenses we've had, but I'm just doing a quick one here, and that's what you're looking at. So part of that, I mean, part of the money that we've already spent could be spent on the pump because we've had to do something that we wouldn't have to
Oh,
do
yeah.
in the next couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we talked about that a little bit today too, about finding out more information on the grease trap thing.
Yeah, so, I mean, I ain't saying, I'm not gonna pick on the Legion, but.
Or the
I'm gonna
gas station.
I'm gonna talk about that incident. So we jetted that out, it all went down the line, and then the pump down there by Fiddler's plugged up, and then this one plugged up. So all that stuff made it there, so we had the jetting fee, we had, this other company, I don't think you got the bill yet, they come in and had to suck out all the lift stations again.
Yeah.
And then we got pump problems, so we basically had 3 problems from one problem. And I don't know, you said you had to have somebody, so you had
I
a bill.
called someone out.
Your neighbor had a bill.
My neighbor, Mr. Campbell had a
Yeah.
bill.
So, Bussy, and you might talk to your sons or Josh about grease traps. The way I understand it, it's kind of like a septic tank. They basically go in line. The sewer goes in, the grease comes in and settles, floats, whatever, and then the waste will go over a baffle and it goes out. And once a year, 6 months, depending on the collection, you get that, they come in and suck that grease out of that septic tank. I'm gonna call it septic tank.
So I asked about the grease, cause I'm interested in, you know, but and their answer was that, yes, it is grease, but it could not just be from cooking grease, it could be from hair conditioners and detergents and fabric softeners. It's also coming from products also.
Right, yeah, it
So
does.
it's, here I've been trying to rack my brain thinking, who's dumping grease down the drain where it could be a mixture of
Even your
all of
own
it
body.
together.
Your body don't digest grease.
Yeah.
Like, say
Yeah.
you ate a pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how greasy it is.
Yeah.
Your body, if your body held that much grease, you probably wouldn't live a week, but, so all that grease passes through you,
Mhm.
and that's what.
But they said that the detergents and the stuff like that break down though, right? We were talking about that today, about them
Right.
being, they'll actually break down in the system,
Yeah.
correct? But one thing that I thought was interesting along that line is, like the trailer court was an interesting place because it's on its own small lift, okay? So they have problems with it there. That isn't a restaurant, that isn't anything like that. But if let's say you fried chicken, you do get rid of your grease. You know, we all pour grease in the trash, but then you're going back to clean that pan. It's it's
Grease goes down the drain.
right, and you don't think that's that much in there, but he was talking about how much that little bit
Adds up.
from all of those pans. I mean, it was really interesting, and when you take the trailer court itself in that small little lift, and it has an issue. Just look at the small number of people that live there, who aren't just sitting there going,
Right. Right.
Now,
So
the gas
each lift
station.
station's probably 5 or 6 foot around. It ain't a very big circle.
Yeah,
I like a
that goes
kiddie
into.
pool.
Yeah.
I'd say about the size of kiddie pool.
Which I found that interesting too.
So,
Yeah,
you got 300 houses.
about 308. Yeah.
So it don't take much to add up in them, and it just sits there and floats and it collaborates, or I don't know what the technical term is.
Congeals.
Congeals. Gets on the sidewalls, gets on the floats, and
It's thick.
it's thick.
Mhm.
It's chunky, it's nasty.
Wears down the motor
And
and
then,
stuff.
but we had the company clean it, I don't remember the date, September, October, and then we had
September,
it come
yeah.
in last week and do the exact same thing.
Yep.
We can keep doing that, that's gonna be about $3,000 every 3 or 4
So-
months, that's not gonna
Yeah.
fix the
Where are we
problem.
at on revisiting about maybe applying for some grants and that kind of stuff to help out with our whole
So
entire process?
You can't just apply for a grant. The whole process, you get an engineer. The engineer comes up with a plan.
Right.
It's just like the thing with the electrical. Engineer comes up and
Well, we talked at our
decide-
last meeting about really starting to think about something about the
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
plant out there. So.
and that's one thing, but you've got to have the money to pay an engineer too.
Yeah.
Right.
That's one of the issues with that. Because the wastewater has been, it's still got 7 years left on its current loan. And probably have to roll that in. I'm not saying it can't be done, but the process to get you to that point is expensive. It's expensive.
I know
Not
the
saying-
stormwater project and then
It's,
the,
but you have to do it anyway.
Main Street project, we hired Roger Azar, and each one of them was like 30,000+.
$36,000, yeah.
Which we had to pay, and then.
Yeah.
Like the Main Street
That
project.
doesn't even guarantee you're gonna get the grant.
Right.
We didn't get them. Yeah, we didn't get them.
So we still got the plans for Main Street, the community crossing.
Grant
Grant.
can help with some
We
of
can
it.
apply, or
It ain't
when
gonna
we
cover it
apply
all.
for that, we have them plans, and that's where they will, whether we get the crossing grant or not. Without that set of plans, they wouldn't even
Yeah.
consider us, because we don't
Yeah.
have nothing.
Yeah.
But if we
Yeah.
have something engineered,
Well, the line for the electric was,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
engineering fee on it was almost 48,000.
yeah.
So, you know, but I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm just saying that it takes, you've gotta,
You gotta have some upfront.
you gotta do all that before you even get to, and it's gonna be an SRF loan. It's not gonna be a grant. It's gonna be an SRF loan. And then that will, one of the issues,
But
one
it's for
there's an
something
issue.
specific, so it wouldn't, like, it's not a blanket type thing where we could go ahead and
Right.
fix this and fix this and
Right.
fix this.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah, you have to have a plan as to
Okay.
what you're doing and what it's gonna do and where it's gonna be in 10 years. And then you gotta figure out the payment that people are paying. Cause, you know, we have a flat rate. I do think there are a couple of things, I'm the messenger here, but I do think there's a couple of things that could change. I think apartment complexes need to be charged differently. I really do. I think that we charge Indian Springs the full amount, 3 or more people for each of their apartments, but we don't on Mr. Helger's, all of these down here. That is by the honesty basis, and I'm not saying he may, you know, you may be the only person that moves out of an apartment. He's like, okay, you're just moving in. You don't know if you moved in your family, right? So it may be one person that he started out with.
Now
Yeah.
they have.
Well, and now they have 3, yes. So at Indian Springs, when they set that up, it wasn't here, but that is how, and it's a flat fee. It's $700 and some every month that they pay for 3 or more people. We don't have a commercial rate. We don't have, it's just, here are the 3, this is the 3 tiers that we have. Is that gonna bring a ton of money in? Well, I don't know. I don't know how many, you know, when you get into that, you've got 4 apartment complex, you know, 4 out here on South Street.
The only way we're ever gonna really be able to, not necessarily be per se to be profitable, but is if we get the meters on it.
Right.
And we don't have the money to put a
Right.
meter on there.
And I'll be honest with you, we could lose money on the meter
Yes, we
system
could.
as quick as we could gain it.
Yes.
We absolutely could, because if you guys use 2% of the water and you're getting charged for 2 or more people, that could be the difference between $54 and $30.
Mhm.
So that can as well take a shift. I know that because my kid lives in Crawfordsville and he pays very little for wastewater and water. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, I mean,
No,
we really have to gauge that as to how we can make the best price. And even the guy from Astorbury said, I'm surprised your rates are kind of high for flat fee. He thought they were kind of high for flat fees, and I'm like, well, they might be. I don't know. compared to like Crawfordsville, they are.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean, I live there, but again, it was meter based. It was the actual,
Yeah.
it was actually usage of what we done.
use for water,
Yeah. Right.
We hardly use.
Yeah.
We only been used 1,500 gallons of water a year.
Yeah.
A month.
But you're paying the same as anybody else who uses less than 8,000 gallons who might have a house of 10. Yeah. So I don't know. I do think it needs to be revamped, but I don't know what the answer is to that. If you say, well, we'll take commercial and we'll make a flat fee for commercial. Okay, do you think that the Dollar General has a ton of people that use the restroom?
No.
Absolutely not. But the gas station does.
Gas station does,
You know,
Marshall would,
so-
Green would,
Yeah.
and so you're.
Yeah, so
You lose
therefore
money.
you will. I don't, I
I
mean,
really think, Michelle, that's why we said that, because I was.
I
looked at them when we did
understand.
that.
I mean, I
Because-
understand it's a place, I'm sure it was to meet your needs to pay
Yeah.
your loan,
Yeah,
but as things went up after COVID, like they did in electric,
yes,
you then were, you did have enough for maintenance, but everything's tripled and you don't have that
No.
luxury anymore of buying something and it being what it was
yeah.
5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know what the answer is, trust me, I don't, but I do think that it's something that is gonna have to be addressed. I think you could roll the current, more, money you have, you could roll it if you had, you probably will have to, a lot of people do.
As I said in a past meeting, it is kind of expensive, but if we don't stay ahead of the curve with it,
It's gonna get more.
and the environmental agency comes in and we have
Yep.
multiple write-ups and
Yep.
they fine us, or worst
Yep.
case scenario, they take it over,
Yeah.
and instead of your bill going up $5 a year for the next 5 years for us to do the upgrades that you need to do, it's gonna go from $54 to $120 because they're gonna upgrade it to the top
Yep.
of the line stuff to be
Well, they'll have to.
not to
They'll
get
have to.
by.
Yeah.
They're gonna upgrade it to 2020, whatever, 2026
Yep.
specs.
Yep.
And they don't care. They're
No.
gonna get their money
Yeah.
back and they'll charge us what.
Yep.
So we're better off, in my opinion, to try to figure out how to, whatever that number is, raise storm and wastewater, $5.
Which we just did.
I'm
Raise
just
some
I'm just
Yeah.
throwing numbers.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would, but we need to start, somehow we have to start generating some.
Yeah.
Prop,
income. Profit.
and it's, I'm gonna use the word profit, but it's more, it's all gonna be spent
Yes.
back, making sure
Into the
Yeah.
town.
we don't
Yeah.
have to pay a fine or whatever.
I think it would be worth your, it doesn't cost you anything to have someone come and talk to you about your options. And I think it would be worth that to have your options because you can, I agree with you, we can nickel and dime it all day long. 2 years ago we raised the wastewater, 4 years ago we raised the stormwater. But you're not gonna get enough. You might maintain, but you're gonna Band-Aid, which is what I feel like, currently. So if you're gonna rip that Band-Aid off, it might be worth your time to have someone and go, you know what, just like you did on the electric, say, I just want you to come here and tell us our options. That doesn't cost, I mean, they'll come and do that for free and say, here's what you got. Here's where it really needs to go. You don't have to sign that dotted line. You don't have to hire them. You don't have to get that engineer plan, but they can give you some idea of where you're currently at and how much it'll be to bring that system up to date.
Brian, do you know the utility guy at Thorntown?
The one that lives in town,
The guy that,
the guy.
any of their utilities?
Dalton's one of them, I think. Yeah.
The reason I asked is they just had to do an upgrade to theirs because they're putting in
Oh, my.
200.
But they're, yeah.
They used to know Gary Moody,
But
he retired.
My point of that is to find out, if you knew the guy, find out who did that upgrade, and maybe that's who we contact to come and look at our stuff and give us, because I've said it before too, and it's probably a little ways off, but they're in Thorntown, 8 miles up the road, building a 200 housing addition.
That guy
There's
from New Ross.
It's not gonna be very long, they're gonna be here. I mean,
Right.
I'm in Indianapolis and around surrounding counties every day. There's no ground out there. They're out. So they're gonna be moving out here.
Yeah.
And it would really stink to not be able, and not that I particularly want Darlington to be the next Lebanon.
No,
I'm not saying that, but if it's gonna be here, it would really stink from a town standpoint to not be able to capitalize on it, cause sorry, we wanna build 300 houses in Dubitz Field, but
Yeah.
we can't because you guys can't
That's a
accept
problem.
us.
And Thorntown's unique because they're part of that donut, so they have their hands on money.
Yep.
They have their hands on money. I agree with you. There are different companies that we had a guy come, 2-3 years ago that came,
Seipel was his name.
Huh?
Scott Seipel.
Scott Seipel, that's who it was, yes. And he came and he gave you guys a rundown of where it was. And he did a very good job. He does. And he
lives in
comes,
New Ross.
he does. And he's very good. He-
Either one that Asbury and him weren't really seeing kind of eye to eye.
Yes, they were,
Yeah, I
because,
remember that.
and that's why he does, and he's just straight up and honest with,
Yeah.
here's where you are, you know, because Asbury really wanted to take it to a level that the town, like Carmel or something, and we're like, whoa, we can't afford that. But he's like, I don't think that's exactly where you need to be. And he has his hands on lots of different SRF loans. He has his hands on the availability to find money for smaller towns to see if we can qualify. So I can reach out to him and have him come.
That's what I was talking about. I was wondering if we should shouldn't circle back to that
I
point
think
I
we
can
should.
talk to him
and
again
talk
and see.
to him
Is
again.
everybody okay if we invite him back?
Yes,
I'd like to do that, yes.
It's a
please.
good start.
So,
Yeah, it's somewhere to start. I mean,
so I think Michelle said you raised the rates to like $3 a month,
No, they were flat fees to each fee. We raised it.
$3.
Yeah,
So that's basically $3 per household per month.
Yep.
per bill.
roughly, yes,
So
yes.
that's 900, so that's 900, but, so that's about, well, under 3,000 for
Mhm.
3 months.
Mhm.
And I think that's about what this back guy's gonna charge.
Yeah.
If he has,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
if
If
he
he
has
has
to come every 3 months.
Yep.
then That,
it's gonna take what we're
yeah,
trying to
you're
do.
not, you didn't gain any.
We just caught up.
So,
We caught up.
I guess, I mean, I can only speak for Legion being a commercial establishment, so to speak. I mean, we don't do that much cooking, and we're not obviously dumping oil, but like, what is the, I mean, what is the actual fix? Is there something I mean,
Maybe
obviously we could put it in the newsletter all day long, but,
Right.
and I know the mini mart does have a grease trap because Jake's there every
They do
other
have a
week.
grease trap?
I
I
feel
didn't
like
think
they do,
They used to have a dumpster thing outside.
cause Jake's in there sucking out their stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I thought he said it was grease trap, and I could be wrong about
I
that.
think
I could
they have.
find that out. I
I'd be
thought they
curious
did.
to know.
But
I don't
what
know.
is obviously, you're not gonna people are gonna do what they do in their houses.
Right.
So is there really
Is there steps?
anything that can actually be done that's somewhat,
I asked the same question today, didn't I?
somewhat.
What can I put out there?
That's somewhat,
Would help.
equitable that we could actually maybe
Mhm.
think about doing, because I don't, just in my mind, I don't see anything we can do about it. Like, it's, to me, in a way, it's the cost of doing business,
Yeah.
so to speak.
I
I just don't see where we could.
I'd say I wouldn't want to threaten nobody, but, you know.
We could just hold a big class here and have somebody
I
come.
mean, if you put something on Darlington Chatter that your electric or your sewer bill's gonna go up to $100 a month, if you wanna know why, come to the meeting, then
Yeah.
this place would be packed.
Yes.
And you
That's
should-
what I was saying. If we just called a meeting or a class and tell them this is what's gonna
And then
happen.
you start
so.
showing them pictures and.
I did
maybe-
put pictures out there.
I know, but I'm saying maybe that would at least educate them.
Yeah.
I don't know, this is a picture that they're fighting out there, I keep talking about it, that stuff on top is grease that gets stirred around. So they got an aeration system and it just bubbles.
And then the wipes too, the
The
disposable
wipes
wipes.
are probably the hardest thing, cause that's what actually floats the pumps.
Mhm.
And that's probably, if we could eliminate the wipes, I'd say we'd eliminate 80% of our problems. And I don't know how you go about
Say,
that.
my son's a plumber and he said there is no flushable wipes. That is
I know,
a lie.
but that's the problem. Yeah, this stamp.
They
It
say
is
it
not.
is.
Approved.
There
Plumber
is not.
approved.
I don't know how to fix that.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's what tears the pumps up. Cause they physically lock the pump up. And the grease, we'll always have grease, but it don't tear a pump up. It messes
So we
with
need to
the
put
system.
something, I'm sure we've done it before, I feel like I seen it, but on the newsletter to make sure we put it maybe in
I
bold
did.
red.
I put it in the chatter. I'll do it again. I have no problem. I mean, I put the pictures out there. Remember, everybody's like, oh my gosh, you know? And I can do it again. I don't have a problem doing that. I just don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that one picture, that's all it is on top of that pump is wipes.
Wipes.
They make it to the lift station, they sit in there and they float around. and then after a while, they get sucked in, and it's just like throwing a towel in a blender, right? And that's
Just
exactly
stops
what it
It
does,
stops it.
yeah. And then you either burn the pump up, or you're pulling the pumps, and you gotta have the back truck out to suck everything out, so you're creating 10 problems for a handful of lights. That could be prevented, honestly, could be prevented if people would not use them, so.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you would
Um,
police that, so, other than education. So. And I'm sure there's some people that wouldn't give them up.
I mean, is it a thing that we could do, this is really calling out, do a map of this section of town?
Well, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I mean, if the pump, I don't wanna do that, but I mean, if you have to, you have to, but.
I mean, I don't know, if you put something out there, I don't know.
We've talked about it all day, we're trying to figure out something
I think
to,
the only thing that really
educate.
can be done is like, hey, baby wipes are being a major problem with our septic system or sewer system. And if you don't stop
We're gonna have to raise.
flushing them, we're gonna have to raise rates because we're replacing pumps every 2 weeks.
well, yeah, you're gonna,
3,000 to clean them every 3 months,
Yeah.
and then a pump, if it's $10,000, I mean, there's no limit. And then whatever chemicals he's gonna have to buy to treat it out there, you know, it's just a domino effect.
you could say that, you could go on and say that like we did, like they said something about when we were doing the meters, you could put that, $5 flat fee on every wastewater meter. And that goes strictly to pumps.
The maintenance.
The maintenance of pumps. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna be able to, but are you slapping everybody in the sandbox? You are. But there's no other way to pinpoint it. There is not at all. And I mean, we could put that out there that, hey, here's what they're looking like, because it's not just baby wipes, it's also the preparation flushable wipes, it's the,
Yes.
there's all kinds, I was looking that up today, there's all kinds of flushable wipes.
Yes.
Like, there is baby, don't get me wrong, but there is all kinds of flushable wipes. And, you have to think about when you go into a women's restroom, I hate to say that, but, they have the sign right there, do not flush these, you shouldn't have to have that sign, but it's there. That's what I'm talking about, a feminine paddle. There's always a sign, do not flush these. I'm thinking, who does that? But apparently it is a problem. Well, I know at the jail, they suffer big time when inmates throw things down in the toilets and they have to take things away because the muncher thing that you were talking about is always clogged up, and it was thousands of dollars to get it undone. So, it could be something as simple as, anything disposable.
I assume it's a kid, I hope it's a kid. Balls, plastic balls, like Easter egg size.
Oh,
balls that
yeah.
Come out and
Kids throw them in the toilet.
plastic applicators and just, oh, it's nasty.
I can tell you from the park, because I clean their restrooms. There's all kinds of stuff that gets thrown into the toilets up there, and I have to watch them. Sand gets thrown, rocks, sand. I'm like, who does that? Just playing.
A lot of that gets infiltrated.
Yeah.
Through the lines, you get sand and rocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does end up in.
Yes.
Kid goes out and plays in the sand pile all day and stick him in the bathtub.
I say we put something on there, and
Okay.
I'll put something on Darlington chatter and see what kind of rise I can get out of everybody.
I mean,
And you'll reach out to, what's his name?
Scott.
Well, I think what Michelle said was that extra.
I'll shut off the comments. I'm just gonna put it out there and shut the comments off.
I mean, you think that.
That would be the good way.
That would be about the only way that I don't want to say threaten, but that's the only way you're going to be able to say,
Yes.
because then you're going to be like, I don't want my thing to go up $5.
Well, and I'll tell you,
Nobody
a lot of
does.
people even realize it.
Right,
No.
yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah,
But I mean, if you
They
said
say
that's,
flushable on them,
So
and
they
I've
say
been
it's
guilty of it in the past. I used to do it.
Well,
I
mean, why wouldn't they? Like you said, it says that they use them, and that's that. But
I never knew about them until last year, since I started helping these guys a little bit, I've always heard it complained, but.
My son-in-law says he goes to the apartment complexes and and that's what it is every single time.
Yeah.
is the flushable
They say
wipes.
the
Yeah.
rentals or the apartment complexes are the worst.
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming people, but
It's just a mass concentration of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
though, so it's gonna be.
Should they have a trap?
that's just gonna take care of grease, it won't get them
Oh,
worms.
okay.
The problem is like that,
Just invite everybody out for a field trip one time when you gotta clean all that out, and then that makes.
Well, you
stop
got the
by that.
pics. I mean, I sent you 3. That's what I did last
you
time.
know, send a pic, say that pump full, and
That's what I did the last time, and
put
it drew a lot of
$3,000.
comments. Yeah.
Sucking that out.
I did put the amount it
$3,000.
cost.
I mean, just, you know.
Yep.
And they keep seeing that, maybe they'll get an idea that
Yep.
this is costing the town, this is costing the.
They were like, "Oh wow!" I'm like, "Here we go again."
They say stuff and say,
Yeah.
you know, if this doesn't stop it, they're gonna have to pay another fee.
I don't know what the answer is, it's, everything's like that, or.
But some people don't care.
They don't. So,
But they know that the cost of fixing something or maintaining it has gone up.
Yeah,
Because if
right.
anybody hasn't gone up in their house, then I like to know where they're at because
Right.
it's
they
gone up
bought
everywhere.
that T-bottle, if they could get it down there.
Yeah.
I mean, they would.
I know, I
I
get
get
it.
I get it.
So.
Do we have anything for the, yeah, we've probably done much for the NVH at all.
No, other than I started a little
Yeah.
bit of painting,
That looks good too.
Yeah, it does, it looks really good.
See if anybody pays attention to it or not, different story.
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the MVH, well, that's gonna overlap on that storm drain. I don't know, I gotta get somebody in there. I don't want that road to cave in there across from the bank, which nobody really drives on that side. It's not on the, it's like offset, so, but I don't know if it's gonna get, and there's that big tile down there on South Street that beats Patsy's. I was down there 2 weeks ago. And I think it was getting a hole in behind it out in that yard. Somebody look at that. That's all cement tile. Stuff's breaking down. So
Don't come back next week unless, or next month unless you got better news.
it's been a
right?
bad month.
It's been a bad month. It really has.
I don't know.
I do.
You're done, work, see you later.
Well,
I got the-
another
more.
thing, I'm still debating with Banjo on their
Oh.
prices. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
give them a
forgot
lower
about
rate,
that.
but, told Michelle if we have to, we'll do primary metering. It may cost the town $20,000, but then they'll get hit with a demand charge, which I've been trying to crunch numbers and do numbers things, and it may even put them in a little bit higher rate, so,
Mhm.
but I just don't wanna say, hey, if you do demand, you're gonna get a higher rate, and it's up to back that up, but I'm still in that. The smart meters will definitely read demand charge. If we can get this pushed through with Verizon, and I can get that up. First meters I'm putting in at Banjo, not just to target them, but they're the only ones that's wanting to change.
Alright.
Don't have any trouble from anybody else. I mean, everybody's got high bills, but nobody's wanting their bill cut by $60,000 or whatever, so.
Yeah.
So I need something, I need hard evidence.
Yep, your data.
To back up,
Yep.
yeah.
Hard data, thank you. So, but that's,
It's a work in progress. But
yeah. I just
Yeah.
don't
It is.
wanna
We're
jump
working on
right in.
trying to figure
That's too big of a,
Yeah.
too many dollars in it, so.
Right.
we have been. And
I
I
think that's,
wasn't gonna bring this up, but I got a complaint, and you work on. So the down here at the intersection,
which one?
By the
700?
toll house.
Okay,
Tolan lives in the brick house.
yeah,
So she lives right across from the toll house.
on the
She's-
south side.
She's upset because trucks are in her yard, obviously making that turn. You know, when they make the other turn, we all know what happens. But when we're making this turn, they're taking off her front yard. What I was trying to do on the GIS map is there's got to be an easement there. Like there's got to be a right of way there with the road. You know, her
Oh.
yard comes all the way out, but that doesn't mean
That it's technically.
I'm not saying it's her yard or
Right.
not. Like if she's,
Right.
I mean, I don't know.
I
there's-
don't notice that much traffic in there.
Well, there's got to be a right of way of some sort, even if it's the 10-foot that we keep coming up with. I would think it would be more than that on a county road, but I really don't know for sure.
If you go there, then you're gonna own every oak tree along the road and.
But I mean, that does come out, you know, so I don't know
Right.
what the answer is. I know that the other lady opposite that, you know, she took off the curb because they just broke the curb going, if you're going right, you know, to, that's the rock, I guess. But they're turning right, you know, they're getting there, but when they're coming left, they're getting in her
Unless somebody's sitting
front
there, which,
yard.
if I'm driving the semi, like when I'm helping Jason, if I come up to an intersection like that, I tell them to get out of my way, cause there's all that, there shouldn't be getting in that,
Right.
I agree.
in her yard. There's enough room, now that we
For
put
them
those
to turn.
barricades, they have room
Yeah.
to
I mean,
make that.
Catlin and, the older gentleman,
I agree with you, but I mean,
they
I,
made it easy, and that was before I moved a sign. And I told them I'd move that sign back, and then they hugged that inside corner there where the fence is, but, I mean, if they can make it with a hog trailer, they can make it with.
A 54-foot.
I agree with you, but I think it's I do think it's a driver issue.
It is
I'm
a
not
driver issue.
I'm not saying that she's not right, because if they're going in the other, if they're hitting the other side when they turn right and hitting the curb,
Right.
they can very much well be hitting the left side, hitting the road. It may come down to a police issue. You know what I mean? It may have to be watched for a while to see if they are, because if they take it too small, we know they go over the rock. If they go wide, they're hitting the curb down there. I mean, I agree that it can be done. Several people said this can be done. But that doesn't mean that you gotta remember, they're not from here. The ones that are from here are probably not, but you got drivers coming right and left from everywhere else that very well don't care.
But
So,
about the only thing we can do then is see if we have an easement there and
Yeah.
widen the road or
yeah,
make a little curve.
Yeah.
Cause
I don't know what the answer is on that. I mean, I ain't saying that's not the answer, but that is one bad intersection for truck traffic.
it is.
I honestly wish we could stop all the traffic coming from the north at either
Right.
Linden Colfax or
28.
even 28, and you don't come this way.
Yeah.
Unless you're a local delivery.
I mean, you're bringing them in on a town road,
But
you
there's
know,
no,
not
I
an
don't, we
interstate, not,
talked to them about that, and it is in the, but then 700's designated from our meeting at the state highway department, and then with Jake, is 700's eventually, like their big plan is it's gonna go all the way to, you know, through the county. That's kind of their vision long-term, so they're not gonna stop traffic
mhm,
from,
mhm.
so we're really kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. So we're trying to keep traffic off our city, our town streets to save money, but now they're tearing up private property, and so I don't really know what a good, what anything good answer to any of it.
I mean, the best thing you could do there, which would cost a ton of money, is move that lift station and the toll house and then take that whole corner out. You know, but you're talking, I don't know,
A lot of money.
Lots of money.
$1 million. I don't know,
Probably,
it's not
yeah.
unrealistic.
Maybe that lift station would be expensive.
But I mean, that would give them that whole suite.
Yeah, they just go somewhere. I mean, something else would go.
Oh, I agree. I mean, I know, I agree 100%, but I don't know what the answer is. They've run over everything in town they could possibly run
Mhm.
over.
Yeah.
Literally, I mean,
The trailer looked like a brand new
I
trailer
couldn't
too.
believe it.
yeah, I hope they just didn't buy that, was bringing it
It
home.
looked like it was pretty new to me. It
Yeah,
had a
it
happy
did.
camper sign on the
Yeah.
back. I'm not sure it's a happy camper now.
But there's been 3 poles broke there, the water hydrant's been broke there. His mom and dad's man got hit, that tree got ripped out down there. They
Well, an
were-
Aqua put that there. The
Yeah.
town doesn't own the
I'm
rock.
not just
Just
talking
to,
about the rock. in
Yeah.
particular.
just to
I'm
put it out there,
talking
town doesn't
about
own the rock.
Town, since I've been here, the pole by your house, between apartments and your house got hit, broke off.
Yeah.
And the only reason that guy stopped, it broke off and was sticking out of the top of his trailer.
Yeah.
Most of the time they don't stop, they don't.
I know.
And I think that's what I'm saying, it's not.
Well, we hear people, those rocks we have right there by our stop signs, because they were running over sidewalk and already cracked a brand new sidewalk.
Yeah.
So we put those there and people hit that with their trailers all the time.
that storm
That's
drain
my
by your
dog's
apartments, it's been busted. It's got that oblong sign up there now, cause it used to come up School Street. That Wolf Boy is dry, his
Yep.
curb
Oh,
been
oh,
busted up.
I told her I'd mention it,
Yeah.
so.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
there's been so much.
Yeah.
No longer than I've been here.
I'll
I mean-
go down there and look just to kind of see, but I haven't and it hasn't caught my eye, but I'm not saying that people aren't getting in her yard, but it hasn't caught my eye to
I've
where,
noticed
like, before,
I've not been down
on
there, so I
this,
don't know.
on
Yeah.
the south side of the road, when they were turning right, you could
Yeah.
see where
Yeah,
they
you
were,
could
I
see
mean,
where
they
they
were
were
going over
coming
the
up.
curb and you could see
Yeah.
where off the semi tire was going
Right.
over the curb.
Mhm.
Every, I mean, it just got wore down
Right.
over time.
And one truck's gonna make tracks, but the one like you're saying, that was just flat wore out.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was basically a mud hole.
mud hole, yeah, they just walled it out. And same way, place where the rock was, I mean, that's obliterated. These, but meter pit's busted and it's closing that guy's yard, but, I don't know, it's just a lot of traffic. You go down there around 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, and that's nonstop right there.
A lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic right there.
Yeah.
And probably in the morning too, there's people going, people coming.
Yeah.
Is there a time when Kevin plans on issuing out tickets for the trucks?
Well, he's already been.
Not issuing a
Sure.
ticket, just a warning, I think, is what, they were in the warning stage for a while, and I didn't know if, I couldn't remember if, remember we said, oh, keep it in the warning for X amount of months or what, you know what I mean? So I didn't know if I went back to look at that and I
But
didn't,
are we having issues with them still?
There's,
oh
With
yeah,
you?
yeah,
I mean, I noticed it's considerably lower.
Definitely about
It's less, but they
there's
come
still
through
some,
there.
yeah,
But it's not near, oh my gosh.
yeah,
I'll get with them and see what it is.
And,
Yeah.
I think some of them, it's later at night
Yeah,
I do too.
and,
I see some around 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock.
Yep.
I don't know why that time, but, I'll see 2 or 3 a day if I'm in town randomly, and I'm not sitting there, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's, there's probably enough that it could probably be looked at.
Yeah, yep.
So, I know we're not gonna stop at all. I see some of them pull up there, cause I've been working at that lift station. And they'll sit there and I reckon their phone saying, turn right, turn right, turn right. And then they turn right.
Yeah.
So, you know, they don't know that they can turn left. It says in Indiana 47 left, but they just can't comprehend that, so.
Anything else for Brian?
I wanna know about the speed board. Is it working, not working?
I don't
That's a Kevin.
have no idea.
That's Kevin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, can you
Allison,
ask
yep.
him about that?
Yep.
And then, do you have some 30-mile-an-hour speed limit signs for Main Street?
I went back
Well,
and
we're
looked
not
at that
doing
we
30.
did. We went back and looked at that today. It's only 20. You guys
Well,
didn't
that's
adopt the
what
30.
Well, that's what I
Well,
thought.
it was in the council minutes that you were gonna change it to 30. But you didn't go ahead and do I had to go back and look that up, Teresa, when you were in the other day and ask, but, it actually is still 20 miles per hour. Yeah, I apologize. I just
No,
finished that
that's okay.
today. I just
It's
finished that
okay.
today to
I
go
was-
see.
I
but
was
isn't
wondering.
that because the law, we had to change it to 30?
Dave kept saying you had to change it to 30. I don't know.
Because
know,
they
he
said
says
that
you couldn't stop anybody.
something, and I thought you can only really run by
Well,
law.
that's even
up to
better
30.
reason to leave it at 20 because
Well,
most,
I
If you
agree.
put it at 30, they'll
honestly-
be going for it.
honestly, most speed, from talking to some cop friends, most speed limits are set expecting people to run
10 mile over.
5 to
Yeah.
9 mile an hour over it where they know that's why they don't generally pull people over for that either. But if you raise it to 30, then
Oh, yeah.
they're gonna be running
They're gonna be
40.
going for it.
Yeah. I've been in, I've got another thing on the ordinance, but I've been in the
Well,
ordinance book for 2 days.
I thought that's what it was, and it had stayed at 20.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
Yes.
20 to do, say, like you said, and give them a 10 mile.
Leeway.
Anyway, yeah.
There's not a lot of traffic on Main Street, a lot of foot traffic on Main Street.
Yeah,
people going in and out of the bank and
right.
library and it's just.
Okay.
Thank you, Brian.
Sorry about all that.
You did a good job.
Hopefully something will.
It
Not
is
better.
what it is.
Yep.
Can the town start buying lottery tickets?
We need to.
Okay, so we're gonna go back up for
Don't forget your water bottle.
Yeah.
approval of minutes for the regular meeting on March 5th, 2026.
Make a motion to approve minutes for March 5th.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? And I have a motion to approve money matters.
I make a motion to approve all the money matters.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? I think the community center, we're still keeping on old business.
I have just a
Yep.
second of new business,
Okay.
which I can just give this, I can sign for it, but this has the dates for music.
Oh, the permit?
Oh, yeah.
Couple of these are pending, but I'm gonna put them in
Just
just
put 'em
so
in
that if we do get somebody, so I'll just hand you this, Michelle.
Perfect.
All the dates are on there.
Okay,
And
thank you for doing that.
so we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dates that are for sure, and then there's like 5 or 6 more that are pending.
Just make a motion to approve it.
Oh,
I make a
What are
motion
we-
we approve
what are we
the,
calling it?
of
The
the
event?
dates for,
It's
Events for
It's
the,
for the,
American Legion to
yeah,
have
for outdoor.
outdoor
Yes.
events.
gotcha.
Then just second it. She just made a motion for it.
Made motion.
Okay, I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Does it have another place for a signature? Just mine, or does it, is it Nicole's? I
All
can't.
3 of them.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. I knew it had something on there. I haven't looked at it. Okay, and I'll make sure I get a copy. I'll put a copy in your box so that you have it at the Legion, okay? Thank you for doing that.
Sorry
I'm
about that.
still working on the AT&T phone system.
Still working on AT&T.
Okay, I have a little bit of information about that. I know we were concerned about older people that didn't have cell phones. How are they gonna have a phone? So I called, and I'm gonna have a phone put in my house on the 10th of this month. And it's a new system. It can't hook up to the old hookups you've got in your house now. They send somebody out to put in the new hookup. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free because they're taking out the old system. She called it a modern landline, but it doesn't run through your internet, but it runs through, I didn't understand because she's
The
from
cloud.
India. She's from
Oh,
India and I
yeah.
couldn't understand her very well. I hated to keep asking her, what? So they will come for free and hook it up, and they're gonna charge per phone. But just for one phone, it's $35, which is not unreasonable. And then I don't know how much the other phones are, cause I said, I only want one
Right, only one,
phone.
right.
I want an unlisted number. I don't want you giving my number out to anybody for any reason.
So here's something you need to ask them, because they did the same thing for my in-laws in Lebanon, because they got rid of theirs. If your electricity goes out, you still
You
can't
don't,
use
no,
it.
you don't have a phone.
Yeah.
If your electricity
That's the
goes
bad,
out, you
that's
don't
the
have a
downside
phone.
to it, because they were out of electricity and they went to use the phone and they
Yeah,
have
you
no
can't.
phone.
Yeah,
How
you
many
can't.
phones do I have that are plugged into the wall and I can't use them?
You can't
anyhow?
use them
The
whenever.
one I've got is an old phone that hangs on the wall.
Yeah.
I can use it.
And that's
what
for
I'm saying,
personal.
It's not
That's
like
not how
it's-
work is, by the way. That's not how the business is, but that's the personal.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ours is
that's-
different, yeah.
That's not for a business, that's just for
Yeah.
personal.
Yep.
But I knew we were concerned about people in town that
Right.
didn't
Mhm.
have.
Did they like it? The phones?
Yes, they did, except for the fact that they can't
Can't.
call if the
Electricity goes out.
electricity goes out. So, and that's kind of why they wanted it, so.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything from Kevin, so I'll reach out to him.
I
He might
didn't
have spaced-
either.
Yeah, he might
Yeah.
have spaced some time.
I didn't, he wasn't in today, and usually he is, so,
Right.
yeah.
I do have the 2 things to get with Kevin about. Is there anything else I need to? I got the speed board and
Yeah.
the issuing tickets. Anything else?
I would like to see Kevin and our attorney as they are available. I don't say they have to come to everybody. They need to start coming to some meetings.
Don't we have to pay our attorney to come to
Yeah.
meetings?
Yes,
Okay.
but
you're paying him when I have to go
if
and
you
mail
have to
in
call
too.
him on the phone.
Like if I
Or
can't
we
leave
send
something here, I'm
email.
paying him too. I mean, I don't know that he needs to be here to everyone, but if you start
No,
this
I don't-
wastewater
I don't
thing,
think that either.
you
but I
will
think-
want him here.
I
Yeah.
want him here to some, and
Okay.
I'd like to have Kevin, cause
Yeah.
we haven't seen Kevin for a while.
Like Brian's had to get a hold of him quite a bit. Both of us have with all of this banjo and yeah, I mean, he does. He always asks. I told Teresa when she asked me, he always asks. Tyler always asks, do you want me there?
Right, right.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. But I do think there are some cases where I'm going back and using him anyway, where he could probably take care of it here. If he can come.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
what I'm
we-
saying,
yeah.
as they're available, I'd like to see them come.
I,
So you might mention that to Kevin if he,
So we're gonna say we're changing our policy, cause the whole point, I get it,
what policy?
of the liaisons. We were not wanting to pay them to sit here for the meetings, that's why we set up, like,
Do you want Kevin here if he's not on duty, or are you saying if he's on duty? Right?
yeah.
Is that
if
what you
he's
mean?
on duty, cause we're paying him anyway.
I see what you're saying. Not to come if he's not
No,
on duty.
yeah,
I
he
just wanted
doesn't
to
have
clarify, I just
come.
wanna make sure I'm putting it to.
Yeah.
I go,
Right.
okay, okay.
Or maybe Shelby or whoever does
Yeah,
evenings
Yeah,
or
I'm
after.
saying
somebody-
every
Yeah.
meeting, but it'd be nice once in a while for us to see
Pop
him,
in,
cause we
sure.
don't see him.
Yep,
They used to
Understandable.
do that when one of them was on duty. They
Yeah,
popped in.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would just
And he
say if
doesn't
one's
have to
working
stay
nights,
for
which
the
would probably be
whole-
Shelby.
He doesn't
Right.
stay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
We just say,
we can move them up ahead like we did Brian, like,
right.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's getting paid by us anyway, so it
Yeah,
wouldn't matter.
right.
He's
Yeah.
gonna be here, but I will probably, when we get to me, this could potentially be for Kevin, but I haven't seen him, so
Yeah,
we'll
okay.
get back to that in a minute.
okay. Park,
Bob would like to see, something enforced with people bringing their dogs up and letting them go to the bathroom on the walking track, on the fields, in the large shelters. I mean, it's out of control. It's out of control. And yes, there are signs posted, but let me just talk about this because this might cover it right here. So I came to you guys maybe a couple meetings ago about the cat situation, and the cat situation's getting out of control in the town. I'm not talking about just cats being in town, period. I'm talking about how, what people's complaints are is the way, oh, this cat came to my house, now I'm gonna feed it, now I'm gonna take care of it, but it's never gonna be inside, it's never gonna be contained. So what's happening is people's porches are getting stuff on them. Well, the town hall is too. The town hall, the rug, that stuff. And I will speak for myself. I had to take 2 shrubs out
I
because
took all our shrubs out.
they
of it.
smelled like urine. Yeah. Well, that's the complaint that is coming, and these people aren't wrong. They are not wrong with this complaint. So I thought, I'm just going to go back and look because I remember Kent and that going, you guys' ordinances are fantastic for a small town. So I went back and we actually have this covered. You know, we didn't want to go and tackle this because we thought it might be an issue, right? So in ordinance, I put it in your pile, 90.01, animal, cats in there, dog, all these. Person being the individual residents or owning property within the town as well as any firm, corporation, group, or individuals to define that, okay? So that's definitions of it. You get into the prohibited acts. You cannot allow any animal to run at large within town boundaries. And to keep within the town boundaries, any animal which by loud or frequent barking, howling, yelping, or other animal noises disturbs the peace and quiet of any neighborhood or annoys any citizen of the town. That's pretty broad. But C, to allow or keep any animal which destroys, defaces, or damages shrubbery, lawns, flowers, gardens, and other personal or real property. And then to fail to confine a female animal in heat enclosed building so that the animal cannot come into contact with another animal except for the planned, supervised, and breeding. So I went on to ask about, you're violating that. So I get that. I get that the cat comes to your house and you don't want anything to happen to it. But if you take that cat in, you're taking that cat in. It no be from a stray dog running around. If you're taking it in, you're taking responsibility for it. And we have someone down in the town hall that has about 10. So the problem is it is defacing people's property. It's tearing up, like you said, you took yours out, I took mine out. I paid good money for those. I have 2 dogs that I don't allow to run the town. And so does everybody else. They have to be, just because the county has a leash law, that doesn't mean that this town didn't adopt something for the cats. So I think that they should have to be contained just like a dog. You don't live in the country. They're not a barn cat. If they are a barn cat, then you need to take them in or do whatever you need to do with them. And I am on this side of these people's complaints because I dealt with this myself. And it's just getting worse day by day. And I can't tell you how many people are complaining. So there is a fine. There's a penalty in here. This is why I said this may take Kevin, because this would be no different, or Mike. There is a penalty that's already laid out if you do not take care of your animals. So.
One of the, which I am in full agreement of us not doing it, so I want to clarify that, but with us not, there's no way for us to try to get rid of them either.
You can take them to the shelter.
Well,
They're not accepting any.
if you can,
Catch them.
if you gotta catch them, so then you gotta trap them, but because we don't pay the exorbitant amount that Animal Welfare League wants, we really have no way. I mean, most of the cats I see around my house, we have quite a few too. But I don't see collars on them. I don't see that, like, to prove
Right, who to find.
who they belong to, or.
Well, if you're feeding them and taking care of them, then
Hey,
you're
I
assuming it.
promise you there ain't no cats getting fed at my house.
Now, I know with-
That is not the case downtown, okay?
I know.
I can tell you right now.
I know Heather with Cats Limited that she's been in Darlington helping take care of this, but all she does is take them, get them fixed, get them shots, and lets them back loose.
Mhm.
She has nowhere to take them. There's the shelter's not accepting, it's not, so she will make sure they're not gonna breed and that kind of stuff, but then she releases them again, so.
I don't know. I mean,
And even if you trap one and take it out in the country, I mean, I 100% agree. We have quite a few around our house.
Yeah.
And we do not feed them,
Oh, no,
but I
they keep
see
showing
it.
up at my niece's.
I see
it. But it is our responsibility if we have an ordinance to enforce it. I don't know the answer either.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, Michelle. I
I mean-
100% agree that it's an issue.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is.
I guess if you're taking in that cat, and you are taking it, and there are people who are taking them in. They're feeding, they're watering, they're taking them in, and they're allowing them to run. I'm thinking if you get fined, you're gonna figure out where that cat's gonna go, right?
Yeah, you either have to start
Because you've allowed that cat to come in by feeding it and watering it and not getting it fixed, which then turns into multiple cats.
I'm 100%, to clarify, I'm 100% in
Yeah.
using our
Yeah,
stuff
Yeah.
on the ordinance on books to try. What I was bringing up is how do we really become proactive
How do you control it?
in a, I don't know, reasonable way, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know if it's our place to, I guess if I come to your, I'm gonna use myself. If you come to my house and I have pans and out and I have, well, I don't want them to go, I get that too. I love animals too, okay? But if you have pans and you have a water bowl out and you're allowing these cats and you're feeding them every single day, you're taking responsibility for those cats. Then you better take responsibility to take it to the next step of, if you want them, contain them.
I agree.
You either contain them or you figure out where they can go. Maybe Crawfordsville Animal Shelter isn't taking them, but maybe there's another animal shelter that is. But if you're going to take it that far and allow them to come in and not neuter them or not spay them or whatever you're going to do, then I don't think it's the town's responsibility to provide you a way to get rid of them. You've already committed to having them. And I have nothing against cats. I don't. They're in my family, okay?
I'll see
But
if Kevin has any ideas of if he drives around and can see these situations, and we can start knocking on doors and saying, hey, just want to give you a heads up, here's a copy of this.
yeah, and I
This is what we're
haven't
gonna
showed this
start.
to him yet. Yeah.
We're going to start,
Yes.
enforcing this. So
Yeah.
get a game plan together, because this is what we're going to have to do moving
And
forward.
another thing
Because he can't a dog. He can take it to the shelter and they have to take it.
for the.
Does he?
Oh, yeah.
for the newsletter be another thing to put in there, and I'll
Yeah.
probably put a line.
I was going
Online.
to, and honestly, I wanted to talk to you guys first about it. I was gonna put it on the chatter. I'm gonna make a copy of all three of these
I'll let
because
you
it's
take
in
care
front of
that.
that. Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
you can-
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
Smarter than me.
No, but I mean, I can put it by step that this, you know, this is what we have, because I can't just stand there in the office when this is sitting here, and they know, because all of our ordinances are
Well, the big
online,
thing,
and I'm
too,
like,
is
you're
to
right.
get the word out, you know,
Yeah.
because people are animal lovers, and
I am
respect-
too.
I respect that. But for them to know, like, if you're feeding that cat at your back door, whether you're letting it inside or not, you're actually taking ownership of that cat.
You are taking ownership.
So.
And just
that's-
take ownership of inside, you know, contain it like I do my dogs. My dogs don't run. And if my dog does run and Kevin finds it, he picks it up and he has to take it to the, because it is the county animal welfare league, and we're all in the county. They have to take it. They can tell you they're denying all along, but they are the county welfare league. So that's my thing. And I know that he'll probably tell you the same thing with the cats, is he will pull them in. Yeah.
Does Montgomery County have a rescue for cats?
No.
No. Oh, okay, I didn't know, I just
No.
wondered, because
No.
I
They
tell
seem
you,
to be overwhelmed if there was.
I tell you,
I did
I
ask
see
her,
it on
she said
Facebook all the
Darlington has
time,
a
the
problem.
bad you get
They
on
do.
reels
She has
Yeah.
been trying to help out, but
Yeah.
she
And
can-
I appreciate all
she
of
can
that.
just
I do.
do so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has a vet that helps her out that will
But
take
it's-
care of all that.
I think it
Put
falls back to
something
the
in
ownership.
Put something in the newsletter about it, and maybe
Yeah.
even, I don't know if you can
You know, I'm surprised we
make
haven't had a
this
cat on
one
our
page. And
I'm
put
going
it
to,
in
yeah,
with
I will.
newsletter,
I
mail
absolutely
it,
will.
or
Yep.
You can just
I can't mail it,
whenever
but
however we do it.
I'm gonna make it one page for the chatter, and I'm gonna make it one page for the, yeah. But I mean, to me, you just need to, I don't care that you have them, just contain them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, but
We
that,
don't feed no cats.
yeah. Well, we don't either.
Anything else for the park?
That really wasn't the park, but yeah, that was for Kevin, when you asked me if there was something else.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we need to address the dog. I mean, we've got to address that.
And along
Protected.
with that, I would ask Teresa you're the liaison to Mike, right?
No, I am.
You are, to just let him know as he's doing his driving around,
Look
and
how
try
many
to keep an eye out for that. For
Yeah.
for
Yeah, 'cause
20
there's
cats
3
laying there.
houses in my neighborhood
sitting
that
around.
have the stuff on their front porch. You can see it from the sidewalk, and they feed every cat that comes around.
So,
I'll ask that, yeah, have Mike keep an eye too. I mean,
So
it
the-
definitely is an issue. I don't have no.
so the park can be, the park's gotta get under control too. I mean, and again, it's a policing thing. Kevin is getting, he's gonna come at you with some cameras that we can take out of like CCD, because it's all for property. That'll go to the park, it'll go downtown to the town hall, that will be recording cameras, number one, and they will be specific as to people who are doing that. This fine isn't huge here, at all, but the situation at the park is out of control. You know, you're walking the track, it's there. It's all in the tires. It's, you know, you're playing ball and there it is. You're running through. And basically what they do, they bring their dogs up, they let them run into, you know, slide off a gate or shut a gate,
Yeah, it's all fenced in, why wouldn't they?
let them run. Then they don't pick it up. Yeah. And if you're there, yeah, you tell them, go pick it up. But I do think that this would be the same, because the park is included in this. And have that, you know, police. Now, what I don't know what I was gonna ask Kevin, if Bob's up there, can he police that? Can he do that himself, you know, or does it take a police officer? Because if you gotta wait for a police officer, you know, we might not have one on.
I would say he could ask them to clean up.
Yeah.
Oh, he always does,
But
yes.
I don't think he would be able to cite.
No.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
have to be.
Yeah.
It'd have to be Kevin.
And I don't know if that's something that can change, though, if you changed your ordinance on that. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know either. But, and it's an ongoing, even when the park's closed, it's an ongoing problem. You know, even on the downtown sidewalks, they'll allow it. It's just very disrespectful. So,
And nasty.
it is nasty. So, that is, I will give this to Kevin though, too, as well.
Okay.
He just wasn't in. I was gonna talk to him today
I'm gonna
about.
get with him to just maybe have a sit down, because this is a lot to. We'll just kind of. Yeah. Anything for the code enforcement?
No, Mike hasn't started yet. He's had doing some medical things, and then he'll be starting for too long, I would imagine.
It's just not starting to get to where.
Yeah, people get
People are
anxious.
starting to get
They get anxious,
ready
but
to mow and stuff like that, so.
yeah, and the rain keeps that from happening.
Yeah. Okay, now we're to you, Michelle.
Don't know if you guys have reached out on anything on the concession. I don't have anybody, but I did tell Melissa and I told Josh both that the potential of not having one was there, so they just said that was fine, so. But, you have your billing report in front of you.
One moved out, one moved in.
Yeah. Well, this is a good month because community action was done, so we had full collection, so.
I know it has with the collection.
We collected it all. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
How they do it, I don't know. I suppose they go get help, but how they get that all caught up.
Probably because I disconnect them.
Huh?
I disconnect them.
Yeah.
I do because they've got 6 months to get it paid, but you know, most of them have done a really good job. Like they try to pay a little bit each month. I try to encourage them pay a little bit each month,
yes.
and so it's not too awful bad. We had one guy, he did get in a little bit of a situation and reached out and got him some help from the trustees because his was a medical situation.
Okay.
So we did go and do some extra work on trying to get him
Yes.
something, and it worked out. But
Good.
most of them did a really, really good job of keeping it
If they
up.
do that, then it's.
Yeah, they do. Because, you know,
Manageable.
it's so bad because March can be such tricky weather. You're like,
Yes.
and I hate that. I don't like being at home going, okay, it's getting cold, you know, but it worked out. So I'm glad.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Good.
It was manageable. I don't think I have anything else unless you guys have something for me.
So anybody have anything for Michelle?
Well, I do have one thing. I just wanna know, have we received any money, or are we gonna get any money from that house down there by you on Academy Place?
I don't know. That's a Tyler question, and I'll have to ask him. I got the money when Mike mowed the Brandt house.
The Brandt
Yeah,
house.
I filed that lien, but that was through tax purposes. The guy across from me was the one that went to court and was told to clean up, and then I'd like to see, do we get our attorney's fees back on
Right.
that? I would assume that we would. I will email Tyler and I will CC you guys on it, and then that way you'll all get information back on that.
Marilyn, did you have anything?
No.
Jennifer?
No.
Jeremy?
No, ma'am.
Teresa, did you have anything else? Or?
I think except I did want to, this is a suggestion. Anything that we don't complete in a meeting that we hold over, I'd like for that to be on the next month's agenda, if she can do that.
Old business?
Yeah. Cause we don't always remember each time what we talked about. Well, you know what I'm saying.
I know.
We're
I
always-
just laugh when everybody says remember, and I'm thinking,
Yeah.
oh my.
I'll put it on
I'm really glad that the weather's coming out good and.
Next meeting will be May 7th at 5 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I move we did adjourn.
Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
I'm writing so terrible.
Mine is too,
Well,
Marilyn,
mine is.
compared to the way I used to write.
I just.
Is everything signed? I'm gonna make sure.
I have to think about every
I had to
word.
put that one back in because it got totally missed last time.
It was
Thank
just
you.
down.
Thank you. Oh, yes, and I'll put a copy of that in your box.
So when I can remember what I did in the third grade, but I can't tell you what I had to do.